What time is that?
Hey,
Man.
and it feels so good.
Like that
Hi
music.
guys.
I like that music, man. It's like
Yeah.
you have to
Thank
talk like
you.
this.
It's, the stylings of my friend, my deceased friend Fred Marino. Rest in peace, Fred.
Is
Oh,
it?
that's
Was that
beautiful.
really?
Yeah,
Oh wow, that's really nice.
yeah. It was
I'm
his
just like
jazz,
I just feel like
tribute.
I should talk like this. And now
I know.
the soulful sounds of this week in the NFL.
And now the New York Mets are down to their last 2 outs.
Yes,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
could happen to a nicer
So-
team.
I'm in Studio B, as I call it. It's the desk behind my regular desk.
Yeah, that that game last night was jeez.
There's all the baseball games so far. I know this is a football show, but I got to
Yeah.
say, my God, especially the American League games, the Tigers and the Royals, fantastic games.
Wow.
I am so glad Houston's out. You do not know how glad I am.
That makes two of us, my friend. And I'm glad AJ Hinch came back to deliver the death blow to him. That was
That's
great.
right. Forgot
That was
about
great.
that.
Yeah, those Tigers are fun to
Uh-oh.
watch. They're young.
They got runners on the corners with nobody with one out.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Yep.
yep.
It might make a
So
comeback.
hey, they got a shot top of the ninth. You know. Meanwhile, Atlanta's coming down the field to try to tie it at 24 going into the half.
Jeez.
I put in the private chat during the countdown
That
that
seems like a
Mayfield
barn
threw a
burner.
ball into like when you go to the carnival and you got to throw the balls through the little hole.
Yeah.
Like he put it into a spot this big to Shepard. Like I for a touchdown, I couldn't believe he threw it in there. It was he was covered like a blanket and he put it in the one spot. It's crazy. This is like a final score in the first half. Cousins is like, oh, he just got sacked. Cousins is at 253 yards passing already.
What?
With 2 touchdowns.
Wow,
And
in the
Mayfield's
half?
at 131 with 3 touchdowns. No picks for either of them. And the Bucks have 92 yards rushing, all in the first half.
Okay.
Damn.
You got a barn burner going on Amazon Prime. Al Michaels is actually having fun for once.
We're in the middle of an earthquake. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, wow.
So, how did everybody do last week on their picks?
I did okay.
All right, we'll leave you for last. I'll go first that way. I'm not that bad. I went 3-2, so I'm 9-10 overall. I go for those home run upsets. That's my problem. Bruce, what were you last week?
As my late grandfather would say, I did what the elephant left on the showgrounds. 1-4.
Ouch. That puts you at 8-12 overall for the season. And the guy we're going to ban from the show.
This is Edson's last appearance, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
I definitely got lucky with a couple of them, man.
Did we overlap any games? Because I know I emailed mine because I was out of town.
I actually went head to head against my one loss was against you. Was it Chicago? What was it? You picked the Bears, right?
I did pick the Bears. Yeah,
I think I picked that was my loss. I picked
Rams.
the Rams over the Bears.
Oh wow, that's the Caleb Williams looked halfway decent. He finally started looking comfortable.
He did. But boy, my preseason prediction about Jaden Daniels is certainly coming true, is it not? At least I could be giddy about that.
Oh my gosh,
he's looking good. Let me share the screen here. So here's last week's games. We had a couple of pootsers in there. I remember you guys covered it on your.
Oh my gosh, he just hit a 3-run homer.
Alonso just hit a 3-run homer. Yep. Mets are ahead.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I was going to say if they can get Alonso to the plate, they got a shot here.
They did what was done to them yesterday.
Yep. Wow. Now the pressure falls on Milwaukee.
Yep.
A couple of pootser games you guys talked about. It was a very, very weak schedule overall, I thought. I don't know. Like, what stuck out to you guys from any of these games?
I know that what
one that stuck out to me a lot was the Jets only got 9 points.
Yeah, thank you, Bruce. Let's start with that
Yeah,
game.
that was pretty.
That was painful to watch.
My God,
Painful.
you're at home. I mean, I know the weather was bad, but that's no excuse. You're at home and you can't score a touchdown against Denver.
Right.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I mean, I know Denver's got a solid defense, but my God, I mean, you can't go out there and lay an egg like that. And then you know what? Did you hear what happened after the game with the press conferences?
No, what happened?
Well, I guess Robert Saleh said something to the effect of, because they kept getting flagged for false starts and illegal formations and stuff, and he blamed Aaron Rodgers' cadences that he's like, drawing these long counts and stuff, trying to get them to jump offside.
Yep.
And he said maybe we should stop doing that. And Aaron Rodgers comes back and says, no, maybe we should hold the offensive line accountable. So, there's definitely a schism brewing in New York. I don't care what they say. And I'll tell you what, Aaron Rodgers is 100% right. Like, this reminds me when I was in like higher ed 20 years ago, and they wanted to give every kid a trophy for showing up. That everybody wins. And you to sit there and say we should probably stop trying to, change the cadences of the call of the line of scrimmage because our guys can't figure it out. No, they're professionals, man. Hold them accountable.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's been doing that forever, and now all of a sudden he's going to have to change that.
That just shows me right there that Saleh doesn't have that winning mentality at all.
Right.
Like, where does
Saleh come from?
He came from the 49ers. He was their defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
And do you think Bill Belichick, Chuck Noll, Don Shula, any of these legendary coaches, Vince Lombardi, would ever say something like that?
Joe Gibbs. Hey,
Joe Gibbs.
Doug. Hey,
Hell,
Doug.
Bill Parcells.
Yeah, really.
Hell no.
No.
They would go out there and beat the offensive lineman to death.
Make them run some serious runs.
Yeah. Belichick had the simplest thing. Do your job.
Yep.
That was it. Do your job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So making excuses for him.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's just, that's weak. I'm sorry. So I think, there was that shot of Aaron Rodgers at the end of the game with the towel over his head. I think under that towel, he's going, what the hell did I come here for?
Right.
He could have been playing with Devontae in Vegas.
Yeah, Devontae, what's something to talk about too? Devontae is making he's getting a little antsy.
He wants out, and I think he's going to go to New York.
He's on the move. He's definitely on the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you think he's going to end up? I think he wants to go to the Jets and play with Aaron Rodgers again.
Well, he did say it was. I mean, I don't know if he just added that other team because of just not to make controversy, but he did say he preferred the Jets or the Saints.
Yeah, because of Derek Carr too. That's the reason he went to the Raiders, because they were college teammates.
But if he really wants to go, he's going to be kind of a little bit at the mercy of, because the Raiders are like, it's whatever team comes up with the best offer. It's like, don't give me this, preference stuff.
All right, are you guys worried as I am that they're going to do something totally Raiders, like totally stupid, and trade him to the Chiefs because they lost everybody?
Oh, I heard about that. I was like, you can't do that.
Do you think the Raiders are dumb enough to do that?
No, but here's the third option I heard. They're thinking of trading him to Buffalo just to keep Kansas City honest. Because
I can see that Buffalo could use him.
Because Buffalo,
Buffalo could definitely.
Pittsburgh could definitely use him.
Yep.
I mean, the Packers. I don't think he wants to go back to Green Bay because the Packers already have a young nucleus of wide receivers. So Devontae, I don't think it's going to go back to Green Bay.
No, he has a very short list of teams. It's like 5 or 6 teams, right, Edson?
Yeah,
right. It's really close.
Yeah, I just have this weird feeling that because the Chiefs they ranked him somewhere. I forgot where I saw it ranked, but it was Jets 1, Chiefs 2. And that would be such a Mark Davis thing to do because, he'd be like, well, we're not going to win with this year, so we'll just give him to the Chiefs.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let them deal with his contract. And
just win, God. Baby.
Oh, can you imagine? You can almost feel it coming because that's what happens. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have an answer in a week or so.
I
So
think we'll have
yeah,
an
but
answer by tomorrow.
we might.
Yeah,
But
because I don't know. I don't know.
that Jets Denver game was abysmal.
That was brutal.
We had a couple of games that were very lopsided at one point and then ended up very close. Your game, Bruce, Minnesota and the Packers. My game, Colts and the Steelers. The Falcons and the Saints. There's a bunch of them that ended up pretty close.
I would like to thank Edson for ruining my weekend. That's all I have to say.
Well, that wasn't one of. I didn't make it my pick, even though. Something.
And happy birthday to you too. Okay. I get love from Keith. I get a nice note and everything. But I get from Edson, man, I think the Vikings, Minnesota, man, they're playing awesome. Edson, that's two. I don't know what the first one was.
They are playing well, but it's only a matter of time before something happens. Somebody figures them out.
I think the thing that I'm most surprised about, I mean, I have to give Minnesota some props, is Sam Darnold. What is he doing?
Yeah.
I don't know, but the Mets just scored again. It's 4-2.
Wow. Oh yeah, I think they got this done.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, man, he's on fire. And he started. Remember, we were talking a couple weeks ago that he could turn into Sam Darnold when he starts seeing ghosts and it becomes like a snowball effect with him. It looked like that might happen a little bit to him in the second half, but Kevin O'Connell calmed him down and righted the ship. He did. So, I'm a believer right now. And they got the Jets this week in London, so that should be interesting. On a game that nobody can watch at 9
They were saying, yeah. I think I'm gonna be on the way to church at 9 a.m. on Sunday, so I'll miss that. Oh, before I have to give out my shout outs if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, to my boy K Dog, what up? How you doing? Nice to see you. And I gotta say, my friend Pioneer Aviation, and to my therapist buddy, peace. Okay, that's all.
And they're all watching right now.
And the thing is, though, so funny. My friends at work know about this show, so I'm very afraid what's going to happen on the chat line.
So far, nothing. But feel free to join the chat.
Yeah, go ahead, make fun of me. Go ahead, do that.
So, Edson, what stuck out to you this week?
Well, Jaden Daniels, this was a lopsided game, but man, can the guy even not throw a completed? It's unbelievable. He can't miss.
He threw an interception, but that was I think he threw the double coverage, if I remember correctly. It was very weird.
I know, but the ball never hits the ground. How is he doing this?
Yeah, he looks like he's been in the league 5 years. I mean, I thought he would be better than Caleb Williams. I didn't think he'd be this much better. I mean, he looks polished. He's poised. He's accurate. If he makes a mistake, he bounces right back.
Yeah.
And he's made that team fun to watch because their defense is abysmal.
They're finished.
But their offense is scary.
I hope their defense kind of improves as the year goes along, because I want to see what happens if when the end of the year, I think they have a good chance to win that division because it's so abysmal.
They really do. Well, they're in first place now.
Yep.
The Eagles keep stubbing their toe. I don't know what's up with them.
Oh,
they got smoked by Tampa.
Well, the thing is, though, Jalen Hurts, I heard, is going through his fourth coordinator in 5 years.
Yeah.
So how can you get any balance with the offense at all? You can't do what you want to.
Yeah, there's something weird going on there. There's so much talent on that team, and now with Barkley to stabilize their running game.
No, he looks good. He looks good. He looks very good.
And he did well in this game too. But it's what's I don't know. Their defense, I guess, taking in a lot of injuries. Maybe, I don't know. Hurts still. He still has way too many turnovers. I don't know. And they haven't. I mean, he had that problem last year, and they didn't really address it at all.
No, last year he hit that halfway point in the year,
right?
When all of a sudden he just either lost confidence in himself or I don't know what exactly happened to him, but we saw their collapse at the end of the year. He was a different player, and he hasn't recovered.
Well, another team that I was really surprised about, and it's almost painful to watch them, and I was so high on them, is Miami.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
good
Don't
one.
even talk about that.
Ooh, that was Monday night, right?
They are horrible.
Oh,
and
against an 0-3 team, and it just, I don't know.
Will Levis and Butthead had to leave the game. I can't take credit for that. That's Joe Starkey on Pittsburgh radio calls him Levis and Butthead. And Mason Rudolph came in, and it looks like Mason Rudolph might be the answer going forward, at least in the short term, which I also predicted before the season started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said by week 6. It's a little premature, and it was because he hurt his shoulder, Levis, but I don't think he's going to play this week. I think Rudolph's going to start, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with Mason playing the full game. But yeah, that's another problem in Miami. And
they didn't have a good backup plan, which is so short-sighted considering the injury issues that Tua had.
Yes.
How do you not have a viable? What do you just cross your fingers and hope is not a strategy. It's like you gotta something. I don't know. Now they have a guy who they just picked up. It wasn't even on their roster at the beginning of the season, so he's got to do catch up. And who'd
they pick up?
Huntley, is it Huntley?
Oh yeah, Huntley from
Ravens.
Yeah,
Ravens.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley. I think they're gonna have to make another move. I think, hey, Russell Wilson might be available pretty soon.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna see the field in Pittsburgh.
I don't know. I mean, the way Fields is playing, it's pretty scary. What about? How come, Edson? You're a Dolphins fan. Why didn't you guys pick up Tannehill again?
That's the first thought that came into my head. What are you doing? The guy has played there for years, so it's like he's so anxious to like he doesn't really want to sign into a situation unless he's actually going to play. Well, guess what? He would play. What is it like, ego, or like because they got rid of him, they don't want to? It's like why wouldn't they? Maybe they did, and he just flat out refused. I don't know, but that's like the first choice that I
thought about that. I'm like, he knows he knows the situation down there, and I mean, this sounds weird, but he knows like the winds of Miami, what the stadium's going to do to him and everything. He knows the league.
That was the first thought that I had. It was like, why wouldn't you guys? I don't know, maybe they
especially did. When before that game started, they showed the numbers that Tyreek Hill had week 1. And then the combined numbers he had the rest of the season so far. And it was week 1, he did better than the combined next 3 games.
Yep.
They're not getting him the ball.
Right. And it's going to happen. He's going to start whimpering and whining.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then he's going to start asking to be moved to.
Waddle will too. I mean,
gosh, if he winds up back in Kansas City, then it's really going to be like.
Oh, that'll be a track meet.
Holy cow.
The memo to the league: nobody goes to the Chiefs. They got to suffer. They have to suffer with what they got, man. Screw the Chiefs.
Yeah. And no more Taylor Swift sightings. No more.
Please. I'm going to go back to my division real quick, and I want to talk about 2 things. One, did you hear what Deshaun Watson came out with this week?
What did he do now?
Oh, gosh.
Somebody made a comment that he's not running enough. He's just standing there getting clobbered, and he said, "I'm paid to be a quarterback, not a runner."
Oh, wow.
This guy's attitude is so bad. They made a huge mistake in Cleveland, and they've mortgaged their future with that guaranteed $250 million.
It's going to take quite a few years to. Wow.
They decimated that team for.
I had not heard that at all, but.
Yeah. The Browns going to be Browns. And I want to talk about the Ravens real quick because the Ravens have clearly figured shit out.
Oh my gosh.
That was actually my biggest surprise of the week.
If we give the ball to Derrick Henry, amazing.
Get the hell out of the way.
And get out of the way.
Then they got the little guy Hill. So they got that thunder and lightning thing, We got the pound with Henry, and then you got the scat back with Hill, and then you got Lamar who can take off.
Right?
They are starting to look very, very scary.
You're not kidding, because Derrick Henry is the real deal. I mean, he just torched. I mean,
The
he
first
just
play of the
torched
game, he goes, what,
the
77
Cowboys.
yards? Yeah, and he killed Dallas the week before.
Oh,
Yeah.
which was beautiful, but oh my gosh.
Dude, he was off to that slow start, and now he's leading the league in rushing, and the Mets just won the game. So the Mets advance. Wow, that's a choke job
crazy.
by Milwaukee, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to get that off my screen now. All right,
Okay.
so the divisional round starts on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry is he still looks like, I thought he might have too many years on him, but boy, he's proven me wrong. He looks the same as he always has.
Offensive line makes a difference. Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore has got a decent offensive line, and you always have to. You're right about. You have to worry about Lamar Jackson, because if Lamar Jackson says, because I've watched football for years, and I've never seen someone move that quick as a quarterback in my life.
He's like a wet noodle.
Right.
He's impossible to grab.
Mm-hmm.
He slithers out of stuff. He jumps to the side. He hops back and forth, and then he takes off.
Right.
And he's got such a burst,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other thing that even more surprising to me to that game, that was my big surprise of the week, but even more surprising was how the Buffalo offense had no answers to the Baltimore defense. I mean, Josh Allen looked so he looked like he was running for his life every play, and so uncomfortable. It's like I haven't seen him like that ever, I don't think.
And I think the loss of those two receivers showed up big time this week.
Yep.
Because those guys, I don't think anybody can get open except what's his name, Shakir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They've got problems getting guys open. I think because he couldn't find anybody downfield. He bought as much time as he could.
Yeah, he
but
did.
When you have a good team like Baltimore can cover, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, hey, maybe Adams lands in Baltimore.
Oh my gosh!
and they don't
talk
have
about stacking the deck,
right?
That's stacking the deck hard.
Well, somebody's got to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, really.
So, anything else before we pack away week 4?
One thing I heard that made me very happy is even though they lost, you talk about comeback player of the year. Geno Smith played a hell of a game against Detroit.
Yeah, he did.
I got to see a lot of that game, and if it wasn't for it, and I'm not saying it was a bad call, but they were ready to tie that game, and then they got this penalty for offensive interference. I guess they said that one of the receivers ran into, and which had a first down, and they were ready to go in and tie that game, and that turned it around to where Detroit then went on and scored another touchdown and put it away. But and I'm not saying it was a bad call, but it was just that one thing that kind of stopped them, and that was it. But otherwise, I was shocked that Detroit defense was this bad.
Yeah.
Well,
and hey, look at all these Jets quarterbacks having these
right.
rebirths, these career
they get out of
rebirths.
they got out of that situation. All of a sudden, they're like
Geno, Sam, who's next? Well, Zach. What's his face?
Zach Wilson.
Only one that didn't work out was Joe Namath. So they want to go farther back.
Well, Joe was all done by the time he left the Jets.
Joe was all done. What about speaking of crazy things, did you hear Kirk Cousins this week?
No, what'd he say?
He said, Kirk Cousins is a strong Christian man. And he said words to the effect, someone asked him about the Kansas City game. And there was a play where he threw the ball to someone in the end zone, and the guy for Kansas City just practically tackled him. And Kirk Cousins essentially said, well, that was a bullshit non-call. And I'm like, whoa, you might as well give it to the Chiefs. I'm like, whoa, where did that come from?
That's funny because remember Phillip Rivers was like, and Phillip Rivers never swore, and he'd be like, it's bull poopy. And
Rivers,
he was a character, man.
You remember what's that guy's name? Oh, I can't think of his name. Quarterback for Indianapolis that gets on getting sacked all the time.
Andrew
Jeff
Luck.
George.
Jeff George. Andrew Luck. You remember when they mic'd him for a football game? He gets tackled.
Andrew Luck. Yeah.
He gets mic'd. He gets mic'd. He goes, "Oh, big strong man. Okay, nice tackle. Oh, you're a good guy."
I loved Andrew Luck, and I was so
loved him
sad when
too.
he
I
retired.
felt so bad that his career got cut so short.
I know. And when he was playing, there was a fake Twitter account. It was like Civil War Andrew Luck. And it was like he was writing home to his mother every week. Dear mother, this week we face battle on the fields of Pennsylvania against the Steelers of Pittsburgh. They have it was hilarious.
Hilarious.
It was great. And the picture of it was like all sepia toned and he had like a Civil War thing on. It was perfect. But
that is funny.
That is funny. Other than that, Dallas is in trouble. A lot of injuries. We'll get to that. And
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Bruce, are you wishing violence on people? And I must say that I'm disappointed. The Chargers looked like they had the Chiefs number in the first half, but they are also so beat up they couldn't hang in there. But that Lloyd McConkey, what's his name? Lad McConkey?
Mm-hmm.
He's a baller, huh? You told me he was, Bruce.
Yeah.
Why is it a replay of every single game? Baltimore, they had them. Cincinnati, they had them. Atlanta, they had them. Now the Chargers. It's like, what?
I know.
It's like they're 4-0, but it's like every game has been competitive. Are they just play? Are they like just like a cat playing with their till the end?
This week, I'm picking one of my picks. They're going down.
Oh, wow.
So I thought it would be kind of fun if we did our top 10 power rankings, since like we hit the quarter part of the season. And I know there's 17 games, but I still call this the quarter part of the season because the last week is usually a punt. Like maybe 2 games matter, right?
Right.
So, like fantasy football, they always finish it before the last week because the last week just sucks. So to me, 16 weeks is what counts. So we're through 4. Quarter 1 is over. Bruce, do you want to go first? Edson, do you want to go first?
Edson, go ahead, brother.
All right, Edson. Who do you got as your number 10? Hey, wait, where'd the helmets go?
Oh, that's right. Now I gotta like reorder the order in my head. Okay, hold on.
We'll be right back after this.
No. I know maybe Keith might be surprised at this, but I actually had Pittsburgh at number 10.
Okay. Why would I be surprised by that?
I don't know. I thought you'd be surprised in probably one of 2 possible ways. Maybe maybe you thought I wasn't giving them enough credit, or I was giving them
too much credit.
I don't know.
Find the balance. Find the balance.
That's it. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'll take. I mean, this is a bad look.
Whoops. Wait, what happened here? Hang on. Technical difficulties because I'm a moron. Where the heck are the? Where? Oh, there we go. All right. Okay.
I will pick. I mean, Edson, you bring up some great points because Pittsburgh is playing like really well, and their defense looked a little bit shaky. But I know Tomlin's gonna make it work. So I'll take Pittsburgh number 10 because they can play really good sometimes.
And I know we didn't talk a lot about that game, but the bright side of that is okay, their defense didn't play up to par, but now their offense started waking up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
All right. Now it's my turn. I actually wrote my list down.
Oh.
Now I had a tough time with number 10 because, like, to me, like 3 of the teams in the NFC South are pretty solid. You have the Saints, the Falcons, and the Bucks. The Chargers are pretty solid, and as Bruce would call them, the Redskins. If their defense wasn't so bad,
Mm-hmm.
I considered putting them there too, but their their defense is full of holes.
They're horrid.
So I'm settling on a team that's playing right now, Tampa Bay.
Not bad pick.
That's
Not
my
bad.
number 10. Edson, what's your number 9?
Now after you made that comment, maybe I should just change everything around because I actually had Washington at number 9.
Oh, hey, no, I mean they're putting up a lot of points. I told you it was like they were on my bubble. So
I think that you're right. I totally agree that the defense is terrible. But I've seen enough consistency from the offense. I mean, I know it's a small sample size that if they could just improve just a little bit on the defense, it would be such a big, such a huge push for that team. So that's why I put them at number 9. And didn't this week they actually held Arizona? I mean, not that Arizona's a great team, but they actually held them to just 14 points, right? I think.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and the Cardinals.
Hopefully that means they're improving a little bit.
We'll see. Bruce, who do you got for number 9?
Misery loves company.
What?
Let's go for the trifecta. I'll take Washington because you just never know. You just never know because there was a football team back in the day, San Diego Chargers.
Oh yeah,
with Dan Fouts.
Yeah,
they would score. It was a running joke. Dan Fouts. I mean, this guy walked up to a sports writer in San Diego and said the Chargers scored 55 points today. And the sports writer said, "Wow, did they win or lose?" Because their defense was horrible.
Yeah, yeah, the Air Coryell days. Yep.
Yes, I mean, because back in that offense was incredible back then.
It was. You're right. And they made the playoffs year after year, but they couldn't get over that hump because they didn't have the defense in the postseason.
Yep.
Right, they couldn't have the defense. Now, Washington. The thing that's so crazy is Quinn is supposed to be a defensive guru.
That is crazy. That you kind of just like gave a reason for another reason for why I think that they can definitely improve on defense just because of that, because he is a defensive guru.
And Cliff Kingsbury's doing a great job with that offense. There's no doubt.
Right. He's simplifying the offense for Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels is doing nothing but thriving.
Yep.
Yeah, that helps when you have a weapon like Terry McLaurin, who's been in the league now for 6-7 years.
Right.
And they've always had good running backs there. So they are fun to watch. I can't wait till they're on like a game I can actually see, or I go to a sports bar. I want to watch them play. Actually, I think they're playing.
They're playing Cleveland this week down here.
Pittsburgh. They are playing Pittsburgh this year, so I will see them.
Yep.
My number 9. Hang on to your hats.
Okay.
My team.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah, for all the reasons you guys already said. Defense is above average, if not borderline elite. And Justin Fields is getting better and better every week. And if anything, I think Arthur Smith hasn't quite got his offense humming yet. And when he does, they might be really tough to beat. I think they're going to be like the old 90s Steelers when they had Jerome Bettis. They'll score a couple of touchdowns, try to grounded pound and play defense and beat you 20-13.
Do you think this past week was like an outlier for the defense?
Yeah, and it's weird because Tomlin's excuse for the getting down 17-0 was that Richardson got hurt.
Oh.
And he's like, we game planned for him, and then Flacco came in.
Okay.
Dude, you've played against Joe Flacco 8,000 times.
Yeah, that didn't.
Flacco is unbelievable.
Like, what kind of crap excuse? That's as bad as Robert Saleh with the count thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He should know how he should.
First of all, Joe Flacco can't get out of his own way. So, I mean, put a rush on the guy, but he was getting the ball out really quick.
Yep.
So, Flacco picked him apart. But yeah, that was that was just. How about just say, look, we were flat. We didn't come to play. There's always a Tomlin road trap in this. That was it. Saw it coming. Edson, who do you got for number 8?
Okay, so now we're getting to some familiar territory. I have actually Tampa Bay at number 8.
I thought you were going to pick Miami.
Yeah, right.
It said 8, not 18.
I said, yeah, we said 8
Not
from the
20
top
games?
10, not from the bottom 10.
Nice. The Bucks, yeah.
And they're showing, and I was doing this list before this game, but they're certainly showing that they're. I always worried about them even last year when they did so well, but they're just very they consistently do well, and I give a lot of credit to Todd Bowles for that.
I like Todd Bowles a lot. I really do.
And those two veteran receivers have come to play. They're still really good. And Mayfield, another renaissance, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, it's in Cleveland, like thinking, oh, wonder if we had Baker now.
Right. Bruce, who do you have for number 8?
This team cannot stay this bad for that long. I'm going to take the Bungles.
Wow, okay. That's a good pick.
That is
because Burrow is. I mean, I have them losing this week, but Burrow is good sometimes, but their defense is 38 points to the Redskins, and they gave up a touchdown on a tackle eligible play. What was that all about?
Yeah, that was. I don't know what's going on with that team. I had such high hopes for them this year, and it's like.
But don't they start the same year every year? They start like, okay, our season starts October 15th. But the thing is, though, September is when you start playing the real games, guys.
Yeah, but if they lose
every year.
If they lose this week to Baltimore, they're cooked. They'll have 4 losses. Like, they're going to have to go on a huge winning streak to get back in.
Right.
That's interesting. All right, my number 8. I'm going with the Flying Geno Smiths.
Okay.
Good pick. Good pick.
I think the Seahawks are solid. I think they got a legitimate shot to win that division right now. They're well coached. They're making a believer out of me. I thought this was a rebuild year, and they're proving me wrong. Edson, who you got for number 7?
A team that's so far disappointing to me, but I don't know. Hopefully they'll get
Jacksonville.
Out of it. Yep, that's it.
Miami.
No, Houston.
Houston.
Wow, 7.
Yep.
Wow, they only lost 1 game.
But the way they've been playing, the way that they've been winning those games is not very. I mean, this is. There's a lot of comparison, I think, for me, to a quarterback like Stroud that takes the league by storm in the first year. Then there's an off season where teams can try to study him more. And I'm not saying that this year he's going to have a step back permanently, but it looks like teams have figured him out because they haven't really won convincingly, and I don't know. They're not playing like they did last year at all. So, yeah, I have them there. Which doesn't mean that they're not gonna. I mean, I'm looking at this list like as of right now.
Yeah, that's what it's
I'm not thinking this is my end of year.
Oh no, because we're gonna do this every 4 weeks.
So that's
we'll compile this list and we'll see where we end up.
Okay.
Yeah. But okay. Bruce, who do you got for number 7?
Oh, I hate saying this name. Oh, I hate this team. I hate this team. Dallas.
The Cowboys.
Yeah. Their defense can't figure it out.
Their defense is beat up.
And now they're injured. Yeah. On top
now everyone's in. That's another thing we really didn't discuss. Devontae Adams might go to Dallas because Jerry Jones.
Okay,
I need a splash player.
He needs defensive players, though.
Yeah,
he lost Lawrence. He lost Parsons. He lost. Who's the corner that plays opposite Diggs? He's gone now too.
Bland,
right?
Blanton,
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, Dallas. I mean, much as I hate to say it, what am I saying? I hate the Cowboys, so I love saying it. It's like they are. How do I put this the right way? They are too Dak Prescott. They rely on him way too much to make plays because he has there's no running game.
No running game. Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I might be the minority in this. I do not like CD Lamb because CD Lamb thinks he's like he
Well,
thinks he's
they
what's
try
his
to use
name?
him on every play somehow.
Right.
Like, is it crazy?
That's
They
the
put him
problem.
in the backfield.
I mean, I don't like him or dislike him, but they basically their whole offense is Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. That's it.
Yeah,
Right,
that's it.
right. Yeah, because the thing is, CeeDee Lamb thinks he's Michael Irvin. Sometimes he's like the be all end all type of player.
Well, you have to have an ego to play in Dallas. It like
Oh
comes
yeah,
with the
Yeah, that's
territory.
for sure.
Yeah.
it comes with the territory. You're right.
Well, and I was shocked because I have the Texans in the same
Oh,
spot.
okay.
For the same reasons, everything you said. I mean, there's so much talent on that team. I expected them to be
Oh my gosh.
pretty
Yeah.
dominant. In the last couple of weeks, they've looked good, but not great.
Yeah, it looked
So,
like they just can't get out of their own way for some reason.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I just wonder if Stroud's hitting that sophomore slump.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
again, it's a quarter of the way in. A lot of times the first 4 weeks, teams are still getting their legs. So we'll see. Who do you got for number 6?
All right, so I'm expecting arrows to be sent that my way because I'm putting them here, but just keep in mind it's for now. So I have Green Bay at number 6.
And this does not mean black power. You know this.
I'm hoping that they'll move up because in our pre-show I actually had them doing very well, but they ran into some. I mean, it's a miracle actually the way they thought Love was going to be out for so long and now he's back. But I've seen some defensive issues as well.
Oh yeah, I mean I have to admit that too. You're right.
And I think they're going to be okay, but for now I have them here.
Yeah, I can't argue with any of that. Bruce,
Neither can I. I mean, much as I love my I can't. You're exactly right. Okay, number 6. I think the team to watch out for is and no one gives them any props is I like
Carolina.
Seattle. I like.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I like Seattle because Geno Smith is like not playing above over his head. He's just like he's missing 4 defensive players, and they still played a competitive game against Detroit. And
Geno looks comfortable.
That's the word. That's exactly right. That's the exact word.
His struggles back when he was in New York, both New York teams, he never looked comfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? He looked confused. He looked like he couldn't figure out the offense completely. In Seattle, he looks comfortable.
Right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bruce.
Thank you, bro.
My number 6, and remember, I wrote this down before we even did this.
Oh, okay.
Also, the
oh my gosh, that's too funny. That's hilarious.
For the same reason, like a lot of it is because Love went down, and I know they did okay with Malik Willis, but hey, come on, it's Malik Willis. How long can that last? It's like going with Josh Dobbs. That's gonna.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Weeks, right? 2 or 3 weeks, you might get away with it. Long term, no. We'll see what happens. I mean, Love clearly looked like he was very rusty in the first half. So, we'll see what comes of it. But right now, Packers right in the middle. Edson, who's your number 5?
I kept going back and forth between these two teams because...
Don't tell me we have the same ones again.
No, we probably don't.
No, we probably do.
We probably do.
No, well, I have the Detroit Lions there at number 5.
Oh, okay. But there's no beating Goff.
Yeah, you see that? We didn't talk about that. 100%. He went for 18 for 18, or was it 19 for 19?
18 for 18.
That's right. He had a perfect game.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the game ball. That's the thing that's so crazy.
And he didn't know he had a perfect game.
Right.
What the heck?
I told him, and he was like, "Oh, really?"
How does he not know?
I guess he just, you get caught up in it. You don't realize that you didn't throw it in completion.
They're playing very well. Their defense isn't as good as I thought they would be. But there are, you're right. Golf is doing great, but I still see certain coaches know how to defend against him. They know how to figure him out. And if he does get figured out, then their kind of offense kind of stutters. But they do have a good running game as well, so they have a dual dimension. But in Campbell, as much as I love Campbell, he did great with this organization. He still tends to do. I'm not saying risky, but he tends to overdo I want to go for it on fourth in every kind of situation that doesn't necessarily match up.
Right.
But his clock management needs work.
I think they're going to be there at the end, but at least in obviously in the playoffs and well into the playoffs. But I see I've seen some issues with them right now.
By the way, the Falcons are taking a lot of they're hitting guys out of bounds twice now. I've looked up, and they hit Mayfield, and now they just hit one of the receivers late out of bounds. It's really
looks like they're getting frustrated.
That's knucklehead stuff. It's 24-20. I mean,
and they're still in the third quarter too. What are they doing?
Yeah. Bruce, who do you got number 5?
Sorry, Vince.
What?
Vince Lombardi.
Oh, okay.
I'll take Green Bay because the thing is, though, they have to figure it out. But I have confidence they will because Love is too good not to figure it out. He was rusty. Then the second half, he was like playing lights out.
Yeah.
And the only thing that scares me, though, is their defense can play great one week and they play horrible the next week. There's no consistency at all with their defense. I mean, they have Jamie Alexander, but I think he's hurt. Not really sure. I have to look at the list. But I'll take Green Bay number 5.
That's solid. And we have them right in the middle, too. Let's see. Yep. My number 5, I have the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
Yeah. And maybe it's just because of the most recent game. But they looked overmatched against Baltimore.
Okay.
Were seriously overmatched. I mean, that wasn't even a game. I mean, they had one little spot in the game where they got a little momentum, and then Josh Allen made that terrible play on the sideline, and that was the end of the game. So I just think with the loss of those 2 wide receivers and not much of a running game to speak of, and now Von Miller's suspended again for conduct detrimental to the team or something. Okay. 4 games he's gone now, and the Bills. I don't know, and I still have last year where they struggled to even make the playoffs in my head. So I think as the season grinds out, they're going to show us that they're really who they are, and they're just not. The window's closing on them, I think.
Agree.
Number 4, Edson.
I got the 49ers, number 4, who after all, still once again, I feel like we talked about this like whenever we started talking about the NFL on this channel, who still is a team that the injury bug always hits and yet continues to. How do they continue to overcome those injuries? McCaffrey hasn't played for them all year long. I believe Debo is he still? He was definitely out last week, and they continue to find some kind of way to win. And all these people that I just hear some of the so-called professionals talk about still not in on Purdy, but he is doing well despite taking away some of those weapons. So I think he's definitely proven that it's not just a fluke from last year. So I believe in that coach as well.
Yeah, I believe in Shanahan also.
Yeah, well, it's did I hear right about McCaffrey? He has a double Achilles strain now, both legs?
I didn't hear that.
I don't know.
They said the earliest he might be back is late November now.
Oh,
it's one of those McCaffrey years. He's going to play at the end, if
at
all.
Which that situation may actually turn out good for the 49ers because it means he's not worn down all this time.
That's also true.
If he does
that's a good point. That's a great
comes
point.
back healthy and they're there, that would give him a big boost and he'd be really fresh. So I don't know. We'll see.
If he's in game shape.
If yeah. There's a lot of ifs.
There's a lot of ifs. Bruce, number 4.
Number 4.
Patriots?
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
between the Patriots and Jacksonville, this is a tough one. Oh, I forgot Carolina. Speaking of Carolina, did our boy do pretty good? The Rustin Rifle, he didn't look bad.
Yeah, he's not the
He looked pretty good. Yeah.
he's the Red Ryder BB gun now at his
That's
age, but
right.
he's still looking pretty good. Yeah, the Red Rifles. They won the
Um,
game the first week he played.
Yep.
They scored what, like 30 something points too, and they scored 24 last week.
yeah.
So
They were actually within striking distance, and it just like one play just turned it around. And I know the score was by 10, but it was much closer than it looks. So
I hate to say, but Bryce Young might be the next Jamarcus Russell. You know?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about it, like Bryce Young's looking at him going, "What the hell did I do?"
I hope he at least gets another chance somewhere to see. But
Yeah, he just looks so lost, and then you put in a veteran like Dalton, who's not great by any stretch, and all of a sudden the team
The team is like
competitive
bing, bing,
beyond
bang, bang.
Yeah.
All right, number 4 has got to be. I'll take Detroit. Detroit is Goff is incredible. They have a fantastic offensive line,
yeah, they do. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Yeah,
and they have a good running game. They have good receivers. Now, if they can get their defense aligned, they'll be pretty good. I'll take
Yes.
that.
I'm with you, Bruce. My number 4 is also the
Okay.
Detroit Lions. For everything you just said, I mean, the offense looks lethal, and their defense, they're still kicking the tires. They'll figure it out, though. I think
Right.
this is a team that's going to win 12 or 13 games. I
Right.
think. Right now, until proven otherwise, I will keep them at number 4. Edson, you're number 3.
Okay, so I'm ready for more darts here because I'm going to put Minnesota here, but I'm going to say this: Minnesota with an asterisk because I'm still waiting for something to happen with them. I mean, it's too many good things are going for. I mean, is it actually real for them? The only reason I think they're a viable team is because they're not just a lucky 4-0. They're, if you look at their schedule, they've played some really good teams and still won.
Yeah,
So,
like last week.
Yeah, Green Bay, they've beaten San Francisco. And a lot of it, I know last week they didn't play that very well defensively, but a lot of previous games has to do with Flores going there to take care of that defense.
Yeah. That's a great point. I forgot he was there.
Yeah.
It reminded me when I was watching that game in the airport last week and they showed him, and I'm like, oh my God, that's right. So
it's not just all of a sudden, hey, Sam Darnold found his thing, but it's also that's the entire team.
Flores is a really good defensive coach, and then you have Kevin O'Connell taking care of the offense.
Yep.
I mean,
O'Connell is playing. Oh,
yeah,
he's got Darnold that surprises me.
It's that it's lasted this long.
Yeah.
We'll see. Bruce, number 3.
I don't want to say Minnesota. I really don't. I really don't. So it'll be a stinker. Because it'll make Edson smile like he's doing right now. I hate him so much.
Green Bay's playing them again this year, so we'll see.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay. Buffalo's got to figure it out. Buffalo has to figure it out. Because the thing is, because Buffalo will always be there, and because no one wants to play Buffalo in Buffalo after November.
That's true.
And the thing is, I made the point at the beginning of the season, no one wants to play Miami in Miami after November because they won't go deal with it. But everyone's like, can we go to Miami? They ain't doing nothing. Can we go to Miami?
Now they want the Dolphins on their schedule.
Yeah, right. They definitely want them. Yeah, I agree.
My number 3, this might shock both of you. The Chefs.
Okay.
Wow. That's not bad. That's not bad.
And here's why. It goes to like the point Edson made about Houston. They have not looked good beating anybody yet. They've just pulled these miracles out of their asses every week with the help of officiating. And now they've lost, so the Hollywood Brown's gone for the year. Rashee Rice is gone for the year, which you have to, it's horrible that he got his knee blown out. But the fact
Oh,
that
yeah.
Mahomes is the one that did it to him.
Yeah, Mahomes said he didn't know what happened. He finally saw the video. He's like, huh. He's
Yeah,
like,
because he
freaked.
just turned his back and rolled. Yeah, and went for a low
Wow,
cut
yeah.
block, and he cut his own guy. And then Pacheco's out.
Yep.
Like they're a walking wound, and Kelsey's washed. I think Kelsey's all done.
I
So
think he is too.
yeah, so you got you're missing 4 major offensive weapons for the most part. The Bill's going to come due on these guys, so they might be undefeated, but they're not my number 1 in the power rankings. Edson, who do you got for number 2?
I got Baltimore there.
I'm dying to hear his number 1. I am dying to hear your number 1.
I got it. They're I get it. They're only 2-2, but I just don't think that the first 2. I mean, they actually played Kansas City to the end, and that could have gone either way.
They lost by a blade of grass,
but they did have
right.
The one that clunker against the Raiders. I'm worried about that, but he also could chalk it up to just being pissed off that they lost the chance to beat Kansas City the previous week, and of course you've seen what they did the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Both offensively and defensively. I know it's kind of like defensively against the Cowboys, it looks like a close game, but if they hadn't like take the foot off the pedal, they could have really just kept that game as a slaughter as well. But I don't know what happened there. They obviously learned their lesson the following week against Buffalo. I still think they're going to be there. The biggest challenge to Kansas City if Kansas City is there at the end. So
no, I'm with you. And to me, the Raiders game could have been one of those traps.
Yeah,
because you're looking at your schedule. You got Kansas City, then you got the Raiders, then you have Dallas and Buffalo. You kind of, it's human nature to take your foot off the gas when you see that one game in there. And they got snake bit by it. I can't argue with your logic at all. They look really good. Bruce, who's your number 2?
Kansas City.
Les Chefs.
The reason why, I mean, all your reasons, my brother, are valid, but Kansas City has one thing going for it that most teams don't have. One is, their defensive coordinator is fabulous, and their coach Andy Reid will figure it out. That's the main thing.
You said they had one thing. That's 2.
Two things going for him, but Andy Reid will figure it out.
And Patrick Mahomes. That's 3.
I learned math at Middlesex Community College. but Andy Reid will figure it out.
Yes, he will. Especially when he gets Devontae Adams and makes us all cry.
Oh,
right.
Gosh.
My number 2, the Vikings. Sorry, Bruce. They're undefeated. They look good. They got the Jets this week, so they'll probably be 5-0. That's all I got to say. They look really solid.
Bruce, that takes the pressure off me. He actually put him above mine.
That's right. I put him higher.
But you have joy in saying the word the Vikings. It's like another knife going through my heart.
I'm sorry. They just look good on all 3 facets of the game right now. There's nothing I can say.
They do. I mean, I have to give them
defense,
props.
special teams. I mean, it's all there, and with a scrap heap quarterback. Again, this is only week 4, week 5. It can change. We'll be back here doing this like week 8, week 9, and we'll be like, oh, these will be different, right? Or a lot of them will be different. Okay, Edson, who is your top team?
This should be good.
So it's Kansas City, and I appreciate the 2 of you doing my work for me in the last 2 rounds, because I totally agree with all of what you said, Keith, about them being vulnerable, barely getting by. I totally agree with that. But as Bruce said, their coaching is great all around, both offensively and defensively with Spagnuolo. They still have Chris Jones there, who just blows up almost every offensive
Oh my gosh, he's incredible.
And everybody talks about Mahomes. I get it. Mahomes. It's just, I think Bruce and I talked about this last week, this way, why does Kansas City keep doing this? And it's like, it's because they just have this, it's like, because of the coaching, they never panic about anything.
I know.
They always know that the other team is going to blink and give them that tiniest bit of opening and they always take it. And it's that perfect kind of symbiosis between the coach and Mahomes that does it. Like they're always on the same exact page.
Yeah,
I get it. All the injuries have to catch up to them, but until something happens, I can't just put them any lower.
Darnell Mooney just scored on 4th down for Atlanta. It's going to be tied after.
You are right, brother. I like those uniforms.
Yeah, they get the
The old school uniforms are nice.
Every team, I'm lobbying. Every team go back to your 70s uniforms.
Yeah,
the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Buccaneers, the Patriots. Come on, go back to those uniforms.
The creamsicles.
So Atlanta had the ball 3rd and 2 and went backwards, and then went for it on 4th and 5 or whatever it was and scored. Defense optional in this game.
Right. Defense just passing through.
So by the way, yeah, I have another reason for putting him all the way at the top. The highest they are, the bigger the fall is going to be the rest of
there we go.
I like that. I like that. That's good.
You're right about that little opening, Edson. Ever since 13 seconds against the Bills.
Oh gosh.
You can't.
That was the ultimate one right there. Yeah.
13 seconds and they still found a way, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bruce, who's your top team thus far this year?
The Minnesota. No way. I got you both, didn't I?
I wouldn't argue.
Baltimore.
Are you sure?
Baltimore. I'm
Ratbirds, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you. Derrick Henry. He's gonna have 2,000 yards by the halfway point.
It's sure looking that way.
Did you see on that 87-yard run? They actually clocked him faster than the DB that was running after him. It's like he wasn't
both DBs, right? Both of them.
Or both.
Yeah,
of them.
both of them. I think it was both of them. Yeah.
It's like what?
And he's 30 years old with a lot of miles on him.
Right, but he's so good.
Yeah, he really is.
Their defense. I think I'm being serious. I think that game against LA was just probably just like they didn't even think about it. The Raiders game.
Yeah.
The Vegas game. They didn't even think about that game. So, we got this team beat. Then that was like their trap game. So I'm taking Baltimore because Baltimore is playing great football right now.
I'm taking them too, so we can keep talking about it. They're also my number one, as written down. And again, like you said, and like Edson, you put them at 2, Edson?
Yeah.
2. And Bruce and I have them at 1. They might be 2 and 2, but they're not 2 and 2, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
They look like the only real team who can take Kansas City out right now in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I was actually hoping at the beginning of the season something like Houston would be able to take, but right now they're not doing too.
No, but there's a lot of time to go.
We got plenty of time
to go. All right. So I'm going to save these rankings.
Okay.
And then, we'll come back. We'll come back at the halfway point. We'll do it again, then 3/4, and at the end of the season.
Okay. We'll
just stack them on the same chart, and we'll see what's changed here for each of us. There. That said, do we want to do our picks real quick?
Yep.
5 each.
5 each.
All right. No picking tonight. That's cheating.
Right. I really didn't really have a good read on tonight's game. Anyway.
No, me either. I didn't want to touch it because they're both like the same team, as proven by 27-27.
Yeah.
Right.
And we have. Is this the first week with bye weeks, which makes it a little bit tougher?
Not yet. I believe it's next week.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah.
You want me to go
you
first?
Do that. Yeah,
all
go
right,
ahead. Go first.
I always let you guys go first. I'll be impolite this time and cut the line.
Yeah. Sure.
Very first game on the top there. I'm taking Minnesota in the UK over the Jets. And I think the Aaron Rodgers dissatisfaction with his coach will grow this week in the frustration. I think the Jets are going to get hammered, actually.
Okay.
Sam Darnold revenge game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. I'm taking Houston over Buffalo. That's going to be like the state. That's the game that Houston has to win to prove they're halfway decent. It's not like because Buffalo, I still think is shell shocked with what happened last weekend because they got hammered. I mean, not just beat; they got hammered. So that's my pick: Houston over Buffalo.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna take. I think here's. Oh, they're at home. Usually, I don't like these type of but the home team's the 49ers over the Cardinals.
You went out on a limb on that one, didn't
No,
you?
not really. Yeah, that was like kind of the very first one that like. But week one, I thought that the same thing with Cincinnati over the Patriots, and I got burned on that.
Exactly.
So
Well,
I don't know. When
I got burned on a layup too. I forgot which one it was. It might have been the week Carolina won with Andy Dalton.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah. I mean,
you got to
like
take a layup every week, but yeah.
I mean,
last week was the Jets layup against Denver. We all saw what happened with that.
Yeah. I just keep being amazed year after year, and so far week after week, all the injuries they sustain and still do so well. The 49ers. So
I'm always shocked. That aside from like maybe Carolina, the margin of error, like the difference between a good team in this league and a bad team is so minuscule. Like the Jags are 0-4, but they're not getting killed. I mean, that one game Washington killed them. But other than that, like, was it Washington or who was that?
What team is that?
Buffalo killed them.
Mm-hmm.
But like they lost by 4 points last week, and like you know what I mean. Like the margin of error, the it's so a player here, a player there, a play there, a play there, and it's a totally different story from week to week. So yeah, I'm with you though, Edson. This will be the week the 49ers crap, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
My second pick was I picked the same thing Bruce did, so we're gonna double up there. I have Houston beating Buffalo.
Okay.
Houston at home. Yeah, I think
this has
one
to
of
be
these
Houston's
weeks
coming out party.
Yeah, they got to prove who they are, right? I'm with you. Yep. All right, Bruce.
Oh man, I never picked this team. Who are they? Oh, Green Bay over the Rams.
The receiverless Rams. A lot of teams have problems with all the receivers are out.
Speaking of getting injury riddled, the Rams are very vulnerable right now.
Right. Okay, so Green Bay over the Rams.
All right.
I mean, I haven't picked this team yet this year, but they are playing the Browns, so I'm actually going to pick Washington this time.
Nice.
Oh man. Okay.
I mean, Cleveland, the offense just I don't know. They still have a halfway decent defense, which I'd like to see what this Washington offense does against that. But conversely, their offense doesn't scare anybody. So even the Washington defense may do well this week.
Yeah. Just for the record, I wrote these down before the show too. So
I
wrote mine down before the show too. Yeah,
my third pick. I'm doubling up with you, Edson. I also have the Washington Redskins Commander football team beating Cleveland.
Yeah.
To me, that was my layup of the week. Actually.
Oh, okay.
I actually think that Washington is that much better than the Browns. Like I said, I almost put them as a number 10. So in the power rankings. So, and you did rank them, right?
I did rank them. Yeah.
Both of you did, right?
Yep.
Bruce, you did. And Edson, you did. Yeah. So not surprising. I think they're going to roll the Browns.
Well, might as well get on the Washington Redskins train. I picked Washington over Cleveland. That's crazy.
All three of us.
Yeah.
That means it's definitely going to go the other way.
Yeah. And Keith, who do we blame?
Who do we blame?
If the Redskins lose, who's in most trouble?
Oh, Edson is.
Oh, yeah, that's right, dude.
Okay.
He said Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so all three of us took Washington, right?
Right.
All right, my fourth pick. I'm picking my
hold
own
on.
team.
Oh, okay. I was
Did
going
you
to
do
say
three? Did you do three already?
no. I haven't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think we just we just like get this combobulated because we're so into the
Right, because we all picked the yeah.
I know this team's going to be really pissed off, and they have the perfect opponent to take that out on. So the Seahawks over the Giants.
Oh, jeez. Seahawks at home over the Giants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
At home
Yeah.
on top of that. I mean,
Oh boy.
That's a good pick, though. That's a
good
great pick.
So
sorry.
when is Daboll fired? Week 7, week 8?
Yeah,
During the bye week.
Yeah, you're right. During the bye week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the bye week.
Yeah, he's dog meat. All right, my fourth pick. I'm picking my team.
Oh, okay.
I'm picking the Steelers to rebound and beat Dallas at home. Specifically because Dallas' defense is decimated. So.
And they have a one-dimensional offense, so I mean,
And they have a
that
one-dimensional
Steelers
offense.
defensive line could just go out. Like all they have to do is go into the rushing mode. That's it.
That's it.
rush
And
the quarterback.
Prescott's mistake prone, especially under pressure. So
Mhm.
we'll see. But yeah, I think the Steelers get well this week.
Oh man. I think someone read my papers and is like copying me. I'm not mentioning names. I think it's a tall guy with a yellow hat.
I'm not tall.
Okay. The guy with the yellow hat. Pittsburgh over Dallas.
Now, did you pick that just because you hate the Cowboys so much?
Combo.
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 You know what's funny is I'm actually going to be watching that game on a plane on my way to Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to go to Dallas Sunday night for a job.
Wow.
So I will be landing in Dallas right around the time the game ends.
Here's something even
there's a lot
crazier.
of sad Cowboy fans as I strut through the airport.
Here's something crazier. One of my bosses is going to be in Pittsburgh, and he leaves for home here at 7:00 Sunday night.
Oh,
and he's a huge Cowboys fan.
You got to rebook that flight.
I know he's talking to me saying, "I got to rebook.
You got to rebook the flight and go to the game." I mean, if the game was in Dallas, I would have flown in the afternoon and gone to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the game's in Pittsburgh, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's in your fourth pick.
This will probably be the last time I get a chance to do this year, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins over the Patriots.
What? This might start. This might start Edson's collapse.
So I might not. I know I'm not going to be able to pick the.
Bring
Dolphins
it on, brother! Bring it on!
Now, Edson, be careful.
Side. Come on.
I just got to share a little bit of insider info with you.
Yeah.
My friend Kelly is a Patriots season ticket holder.
Okay.
And they're unveiling the Tom Brady statue, and Tom's going to be there.
That's interesting.
So they might be fired up.
Okay. Like I said,
Belichick's going to be there. Gronk's going to be there.
I mean,
if you can find,
they might actually suit them all up and have them play.
They'll the Miami will probably burn, and that'll be that's going to be the last time I pick them anyway. So,
good luck.
You're going to pick Edson. Come on, don't lie. You're going to pick them to tie a game. That's where your tie is going to come into play. You're holding that in your back pocket.
No, I said that Cleveland and Pittsburgh would tie, but now I'm not. I'm no longer.
Now you can switch it now. I mean, it's no big deal.
That tie is just flexible. You can move that tie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. then that could be this one then 0-0. So whoever's favorite, I'll still win if I have the underdog.
That's awesome. All right. My fifth pick, I am picking the New Orleans Saints to beat the Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
That is gutsy.
I know. I'm going for it all, man. I know it's in Kansas City. The Saints can score. I want to see the Chiefs stick with them. I don't think they can. I think they don't have any weapons left. So we'll see. We'll see how good Andy Reid is now.
Okay.
Yeah, I always have to pull in one, like, I always try to do a major upset. You got to have the layup and then the upset. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I picked the Dolphins, so you can't get any worse than that.
No, you can't.
I take the Patriots. No, forget it.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm just kidding. My fifth pick is. This is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be pretty. Baltimore is going to beat the hell out of Cincinnati.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't pick that, but I actually kind of agree with that. Unfortunately, because I had such high hopes for Cincinnati this year, but
yeah, it's looking like a lost season for the Bengals.
The Bungles.
Crazy.
We're gonna go right back to the beginning because I actually wrote down this as my fifth pick, and I know you guys already did this, so I guess misery loves company. But I actually think also the Texans over the Bills, and I know you guys already picked that game, but that's what I had for my fifth pick. That's cool. Right in line with you. Well, that'll actually be pretty interesting in that to see was that Bills against Ravens like a fluke, or was it somebody exposing them?
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see.
It's CJ Stroud's coming out party. That's the thing. He has to do well. It's not pressure on him, but this is like, oh, we're hearing about how good he is and good. This is it. This is your
I keep hoping
real test.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's secondary is a little banged up too, and they got to cover those 3 wide receivers. Good luck. So yeah, I think Houston's gonna mop the floor with them. I really wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of a blowout, 2-score game, maybe more.
Yep.
All right, so we actually have 3 the same, all of us, right?
Yeah.
We have Houston.
Yeah. I know there was 2, but I didn't
Houston, Washington. Yeah, it's just Houston and Washington, and then 2 of we have double. Like some of us have doubles, but all 3 of us are on the same page for 2 games. So that'll
be interesting.
That'll keep Edson from running away with things.
Watch those 2 games go against us.
They probably will, because you came down to our level.
Welcome to our house.
Yeah.
Well, that was my strategy all along. So.
Loserville, population you.
Yeah. It's so hard to be a saint in the city. I know that.
Man,
all right. Well,
I hope you're right about the Saints, man. I gotta see that Kansas City go down one of these times. Damn it.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm right about the Saints. I just got a feeling.
That would be. I like Kansas City, but it would be worth the price of admission to see Taylor Swift crying.
I agree.
I want to see if they can solve Alvin Kamara. I think he might have a big game.
But why?
Taysom Hill got dinged up last week, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah, because he's always that Swiss Army knife they can use in gadget plays and stuff.
What's the deal with? You guys said it, but I didn't chime in. What is the deal with Travis Kelce? Is his mind totally gone or something like that?
I think he's too into being a celebrity. And at his age, I think he's out of game shape. I think he doesn't look good. Antonio Brown tweeted that he's washed.
Antonio Brown. Yeah, Mr. I'm going to go to that end zone, take off my shirt.
You know what's funny about Antonio? His tweets are really funny and actually kind of smart. It's shocking. And he's hilarious, but he calls his network CTE ESPN. CTE ESPN.
Oh.
CTE.
And he's hilarious. He does the cracker of the week.
Oh wow. That's
whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he actually did something really nice the other day. He's fun. He's a fun read. Some guy was wrote him and said, I'm so depressed and I lost my father and I'm sick and all this kind of stuff. And the only thing that makes me laugh every day is your tweets. Keep making me laugh because I'm losing hope. And Antonio Brown said to him, DM me your phone number.
Wow.
Wow.
You. Yeah. So good on him, I know he's a screwball, but
I
think a
still
lot of
think
that
that
is Chris
Antonio.
Conte's perfect.
Yeah. I still think ever since he got that hit, it was like something went.
He actually tweeted like 2 weeks ago that hit, and he put nothing's been the same since.
Right.
He wrote.
Wow.
Yeah. It's tragic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a shame. And to watch like that behavior at the end was just it was disturbing to watch a human being unravel like that.
He did. He just went.
And just not care. To seem to not care. And not only on the field, I mean he's throwing stuff out, throwing furniture out his windows and punching delivery men and just crazy stuff. So I hope he can get his act together and get his life
So
together.
do I. What's the name of that webpage? Is
It's his Twitter account. If you go on
Okay.
Twitter and it's at AB84.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And they put hashtag CTESPN after everything. He's hilarious though. But yeah, he thinks Travis Kelce's all done.
Really?
And my friend Mike, Mike 7 Elliottson.
Yeah,
He texted me yesterday. He said, "I'm totally sick of the Kelce brothers. They're on every commercial. They're all over
Oh my
TV. I'm
gosh.
just sick of them,
I'm
and I'm
sick
sick
of
of
them
them too." And he up until last week, he did nothing on the field.
Yeah, you haven't really heard his name.
Yeah. So I
don't think his heart is in it anymore. He's got too much of the taste of celebrity status, and it's like
got the big time girlfriend. He's flying around the world with Taylor Swift and
going on the dance, going on the stage and dancing.
He's like 37 years old, right?
Yeah.
He's doing podcasts with his brother. He's doing commercials with his brother. I don't think he gives a crap anymore.
So, I don't know.
Which doesn't help Patrick Mahomes. He's done.
Right.
He's got a bare cupboard now, man. So that's why I think the Saints are going to smack him.
The Saints have a good secondary. I was thinking of this just now. The Saints do have a good secondary, so
they do, and they score a lot of points. Remember the first 2 weeks they had 90-something points scored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They come down to earth. Well, they scored. What did they score last week? 20-something, right? Let me see.
24.
24. They only had 1 week where they didn't put up any points.
Yeah, it was against the Eagles. They were like 13 or something.
13 or something, right? Or something. Yeah. So I think they can go into Kansas City and put up 30 points, 30 points, and walk away with a win.
I don't know, because Kansas City's defense is pretty good. We were talking about Chris Jones.
It is, but when you have a guy like Kamara, you can beat that pass rush. You could quickly dump it to him, and he'll take off. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a great game. Normally, in years past, Saints outside, forget it. There's an automatic loss. But, and we've said it, the Chiefs have not looked good against anybody really yet. They've done enough to win, but they haven't looked great.
That's the thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say that defensive line doesn't really get a lot of sacks except for Chris Jones. So they don't really have anybody else but him. But so if you can try to maybe double him or
design plays to get away from him. Yeah. If you can get Alvin Kamara in space, they're going to win the game pretty easily, I think. Because, he could have one of those games where he has 3 tutties.
Yep.
So we'll see. But that's my upset special of the week.
Cool.
All right. Great show, guys. This was fun.
Yes, indeed.
Always
Edson,
a good time.
I wish you all the luck in the world. I'm totally serious.
All right. And congrats to the Mets for winning tonight.
Oh, I can't believe it. I
can't believe that.
Yeah.
I love listening to Bob Uecker XM radio. I feel bad for Uecker.
I know, but he's like 90, right?
Right. It's like listening to Vince Scully.
Yeah.
Who's my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, Vince.
I loved Vince Scully.
Oh, there's a book I should send you, Keith. A guy that's like a tribute to Vince Scully. I'll send you the name of the book. I'm getting it tomorrow.
Do. And real quick before we go, Pete Rose died this week. Your feelings on him in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
My philosophy, my feelings. See, I'm a Dodgers fan. Okay. Growing up, I was so sick of the Big Red Machine.
I'm a Pirates fan. I really hated the Big Red Machine.
Right. I hated because I love
Pete Rose. I love Joe Morgan. I love Johnny Bench.
I love Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan I like a lot. Can't believe that freaked me out when he passed away.
I know.
Really, That blew me away. And when Tony Gwynn passed away,
Oh my God, I know.
oh my gosh.
And Kirby Puckett.
Oh, and now you're getting like painful time.
Yeah.
But I was never really a big Pete Rose fan. I never really was.
Oh, see, I remember that summer he went on the hitting streak. I was
Right.
just glued. Like every day, I had to get the newspaper to see if he got a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
I was actually never a big fan. I'm with you, Bruce. I was never a big fan either, but I think he does belong in the Hall of Fame, actually.
I do too. As a player.
Yeah, and they'll probably put him in there now. I think they will. But I tell you what really hurt me though is he didn't get a lot of props because Pete Rose died the same day. Dikembe Mutombo was.
I know you're right. Dikembe Mutombo.
Oh my gosh!
He had brain cancer. That's awful.
Jeez.
But not in my house. With those commercials.
Those commercials.
Oh, he was so underrated because it's like, go ahead, drive the middle. Dikembe's like,
you couldn't.
No,
you couldn't. Those Houston
you couldn't.
teams were good.
He was good. He was very good. He was a great player.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. We have a message from Peter McNichol before we go.
Yes, I think no. Yes, the joyfulness is over. The joyfulness is over.
The joyfulness is over.
I mean, if we could do this and not get in trouble, we should do the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's it. Why are you still here? It's
Like
over.
put that at the end of the thing instead of us
Right.
popping up on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So when you come in, when you gonna be we have to figure out what day. When you gonna come back from Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday
How
night.
long are you going to be?
2 days. I'm there 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll coordinate something during when you get back in town.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you both got to be here to nail me on my pick. So
That's right. Good luck to the Dolphins, Edson.
Yeah,
We're all
good luck to the
counting on you.
Dolphins. We're all counting on you. Come back to our world. If not, we're gonna put you in the middle of the Minnesota tundra
Surely.
by yourself.
jeez. I might like that at this point, but
Right.
What Edson? I wanted to ask you something. Since you're a big Dolphins fan, being serious.
Yeah.
It hurt my heart about Mercury Morris.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to him?
He passed away last week.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean,
when I was away?
There's just so much
Yeah.
that's happening now. It's like
God,
just
I saw a
makes
clip of
me
that.
feel old because it happened.
Yes.
I just saw a clip of him when he was talking about their undefeated season, and he was like
Yeah.
still jacked at like
Yeah.
80 years
He was
yeah,
He was in good shape.
great shape. Yeah,
the only person that's left of that backfield now is Zonka.
Larry.
Zonka.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Getting older sucks.
Time is cruel, man.
Yes, it is.
It is a cruel beast.
Right.
What did they say on that Star Trek? Time is the fire in which we burn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
That's
Yeah,
pretty intense.
it is. All right, guys. Let's say goodnight.
Okay.
Good night.
All right. The joyfulness.
Yes, I think no. Yes, the joyfulness is over. The joyfulness is over.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.